This season of Squid Game broke me. I didn't think it was possible, but this season, or half season, was one of the saddest pieces of media I've ever consumed. And I've seen Up and Red Chainsaw Man. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be going over season 3, episode by episode, telling y'all the things I like, the things I didn't like, sad moments, until I ultimately talk about that depressing ending. It ain't fair, bro. And you know we gotta start with episode 1. Episode 1 picked up right where season 2 left us last time, with Ji-hun coming back after his squad ran out of ammo and got wiped. Sad stuff to remember. And I'm saying it now, episode 1 was definitely the calmest episode of the season, but don't let that fool you. This junk was depressing. The whole first half of this episode was spent with 011 trying to save the father, which, you know, pretty sweet. But the rest is literally just us having to watch Ji-hun be traumatized after pretty much leading all his buddies to death. It was a rough watch. I felt so bad. He got mad, then sad, then mad again. I love this scene when I first watched it. Yeah, choker Ji-hun. I was sick of her. But then he got sad again. So sad he wasn't even talking, eating, or moving. Oh, and then we got this cute scene of 149 and 120 trying to cheer him up. They're both so sweet. They're both so But the depressing vibe immediately shifted this episode when the sun reminded Ji-hun who forgot the magazines last season. Dae-ho. And I don't know about y'all, but the second that music switched and Ji-hun started staring at Dae-ho like he started the games, I got chills. I knew he was gonna kill someone. The funny part is after this, no joke, the rest of the episode was just Ji-hun staring at Dae-ho. And Hami really staring. Y'all know how little kids be staring when they see a disabled person for the first time? Yeah, harder than that. Obviously other stuff happened too though. There was some stuff on the boat that happened, you know, that side plot. Soldier 11 was still helping the dad. Ji-hun staring actually worked and he rage baited Dae-ho. Oh look, they literally replicated the meme. And then they set up the fourth game where Dae-ho and Ji-hun were on separate teams. This did not look good for Dae-ho. But the first episode, pretty good start to the season. I had no issues with it, except when they were trying to cheer up Ji-hun, 120 was talking about some, I should have done more. Huh? Did you not watch the season finale? You went 60-0 with 87% accuracy. You did enough. But besides that, I liked it. Not too much going on, some tension building, and best of all, probably the happiest episode in the season. But then comes episode 2. This episode, I loved it. Top 5 in the show. That's all seasons included. But this episode hurt me. Like, it has some funny moments, you know, some of the funniest ones in the show, you could even say. But the rest of it is literally just pain, agony, and sorrow. In this one, they're playing hide and seek, which I don't think anyone would have predicted. And I got a list off a positive already. The music they used for this one, had that eerie but dreamy vibe. Felt like I was watching Coraline for a second. But yeah, this game, I loved it. Not the outcomes that came with it, but the game itself was amazing. Ji-hun was feeding for Dae-ho so hard that he almost killed someone else. I'm gonna be honest, the scene confused me the first time. I had to go back. The dynamic trio was together. That was amazing to see. So amazing. The shaman was leading her cult while faking hearing voices. She's so stupid, bro. And then Min-soo found the pills Thanos used to pop. This I did not like for multiple reasons, mainly 2. Some of y'all may remember after last season, I was not rocking with Min-soo. You know, before us, there was 2 characters that I hated in this series. But you just made it a top 3 because I hate you. So for the show to now deal with his cowardliness by making him a pill popping junkie instead of growing some cojones, it made me like him even less. And then on top of that, the second reason I ain't rock with this, it's because of where he got the pills. They're from Namgyu, who dropped them after teaming up with 333. Oh my goodness, this team up pissed me off so much. More than Jeff Nato. This dude Namgyu was practically a psycho at this point. And 333, you promised 222 you would protect her. So what the heck are you doing? And I wouldn't have had this big of an issue with it if they just did it to pass real quick, then go save 222. But no, these dudes started doing too much because they decided in order to make as much money as possible this round, they would become freaking Freddy and Jason and kill as many blue vest wearers as they could. I was so disappointed in 333, and I just knew it wouldn't end well. Like I told y'all, this episode is sad. Debatably, the saddest one in the show. Why? Well, it's cause they killed 120. Bro, and it was in the way that it happened too. Yeonju, after literally helping 149 deliver 222's baby or CGI baby, finds the exit and instead of leaving alone, decides to be a good person and goes back to let them know, guys, I found the exit. Eliminated 2 people on your own this round, scared off the lunchbox, and died trying to help my 2 favorites. Yeonju, you're my goat. And the person who did it was what broke my heart even more, because it was 333 in front of his own baby, or CGI baby. This scene literally made my heart sink when I first watched it. Oh my goodness. Seeing the shocked look on 222's face, 149 grabbing her knife in fear, and the guilt on 333's face. He knew he was being greedy. You breaking my heart, Squid Game. You breaking my heart. And I think the saddest part about this is this was only the first death of the episode, or at least major one. Because after this, we see literally 3 more relevant characters die. One of them is the shaman, so nobody really cares, but 2 of them I cared about. After Daeho ran from Jihan the whole round, the shaman snitched on him and told Jihan where he was at. And instead of giving the answer that everybody thought he was gonna give, you know, PTSD, this dude Daeho told Jihan the reason he didn't bring back the magazines was because he was scared, because he was never really a Marine. Which honestly, wasn't that much of a shock. Come on, some of y'all Daeho fans really find it that hard to believe that he wasn't in the Marines? Look at the way he was shooting. I'm not even hating either. I'll be shooting the same way. I'm just saying. But in the Marines or not, man, it still made me sad when Jihan killed him. Especially because I knew the regular Jihan wouldn't do this. Like, come on, Jihan, this isn't you. And with Daeho gone, left one more major character to go out, 007. And I know a lot of people hate him, but bro, you gotta feel for the guy. I think I liked 120 more, but 007's death was definitely sadder. That's what I'll say. Cause you know what it is for your own mom to kill you? Like, let's put the love I have for 222 aside a second. My own mom gonna literally backstab me for a girl she met 4 days ago? What? And some of y'all be saying he was gonna stab the baby. He wasn't gonna stab the baby, bro. But I think it was the right choice regardless. The son would have definitely put a player 69 because of the guilt he would have felt from killing my goat. But dang, man, was it sad. He apologized while he was dying. And then my viejita 149 crying, saying, don't shoot my son. It's a little hypocritical, you just stabbed him, but dang, bro, dang. That was episode 2. Like I said, some of the funniest, some of the darkest, some of the saddest moments in the whole show. And it's easily top 5. It had no boat scenes. Now, episode 3. From this point on, these episodes start to hurt me in a different way. There's a lot of things I like and don't like about this episode. And not because they're necessarily bad. It's just, you know, they make me sad. Except one thing. There's one thing that's actually horrible. But I'll start with the things I like first. We saw Soldier 11 successfully disguise player 246 as a soldier, and we saw her successfully threaten the manager to give them a shot at escaping. Round of applause, please, please. I'm not gonna lie, this side plot they built with her from season 2, already better than the boat stuff, already. And speaking of the boat stuff, this episode, after 15 years and 6 months of searching, they finally found a clue. A clue as to where the island could be. A general sense, you could say. We also saw, I know his name, I just don't want to butcher it. We saw him break into Captain Park's crib, where we saw the most ugly CGI dog I've ever seen. He looks like freaking Chop from GTA. But honestly, he's the best part of the boat plot, so shout out to him. And that was it for all the good stuff. Now it's the bad stuff. So this episode, they started the 5th game. That's the one with the dolls that we saw in the trailer. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But before that game even starts, they kill 149. I just knew it, bro. I knew it. She told that sad story to Jihan about her son. Oh wait, one more positive. She made Jihan move. And then they came in showing the casket. I didn't know how, but I knew she was gone. This death just hurt me because it literally came out of nowhere. She wasn't being rebellious. She didn't lose the game. She pulled a player 69. After this, they started the 5th game, which again, no one would have predicted. It was jump rope. I thought it was gonna be like some variant of red light, green light with trains or something. I don't know. And before I get into my opinions on the stuff that happens in the 5th game, I want to talk about the thing I disliked the most about this episode. The VIPs. So they showed up at the end of the last one, and bro, what is up with them? Like, did the show run out of budget and just hire 6 random English speakers in South Korea? Did they want to make the Korean actors look even better, so they hired someone off Fiverr? I just don't understand how their acting is so bad. Like, I remember watching this and doing triple takes, trying to listen if they were doing some voiceover or dubbing for some of the lines. Cause why are you speaking like that? Anywho, yeah, the 5th game. This game was cool. It had some nice moments, like Mitsu finally getting revenge on Namgyu in the most pathetic way ever. Like, you really couldn't push him yourself? You had to throw the pendant on the bridge? You still a bitch. We got some clips of player 100 pooping his pants, scared to die. Love to see him suffering. And we saw Jihan make it all the way through while carrying the CGI baby. Man, he's so goated. He's so goated. But why is he carrying 222's baby again? This is something I didn't mention on purpose. As y'all know, in this game, they were jumping rope. And as y'all know, 222's ankle got messed up last game. And this little dilemma was what episode 4 opened with. How was 222 gonna get across the bridge? 333 trying to talk to her, but she wasn't rocking with him no more. Ji-hun was gonna go back and get her, but she declined. And with no time left and thinking about the safety of her baby, because she's such a goated mom. Such a goated mom. Jun-hee. No, I can't say it. I can't. No. Except 222 and 149. 222 on Doc G. Gotta protect her. And I still got 222. Depends on which games we play and what the games are in season 3. And also if my opponent is 222. I can't kill her. Why her? Why did she have to go, man? I thought this was gonna be like the Saibyeok situation again, but this time she wins. Nope, it was the same situation, another freaking bridge game. My 2 favorite players taking the Chaozu route, if you know, you know, was a surefire way to break my heart, Squid Game. If you would have saw me watching this, I was straight-faced, but man, I was dying inside. Why didn't I cry? I don't know. I guess I'm numb to the pain. R.I.P. Jun-hee, man. I just don't know. After packing up my Shayla, the 5th game ends, and we're pretty much in the finale now. And these are the finalists. Ji-hun, 333, Min-soo, the old guy, and a bunch of randoms? Yeah, it confused me too. These are the finalists? Or should I say, these were the finalists? Because the VIPs gave me another reason to dislike them when they decided to make Jun-hee's baby a player. Yeah, the newborn is now considered player 222, like she came back from the dead on a Smurf or a burner account. This had to be envy from the VIPs. They seen the CGI baby had better acting than them and had to find a way to get rid of it. Shameless. But I will say, making the baby a player just added more attention to the final game. Squid Game, but in the sky. They cooked with that idea. But before that, we actually got some nice developments on the side plots this episode. Soldier 11 managed to get 246 off the island on a boat, but she returned to get rid of his file and protect his daughter, which I gotta say it again. She's so tough. Then on the boat, the captain finally revealed himself to be a plant. And Jun-ho finally, thankfully, got another clue as to where the island could be. Great detective work, detective. And wait, one more thing before I talk about the last 2 episodes. I want to talk about Ji-hun's meeting with the frontman this episode. Oh my disappointment. Like, I wasn't expecting him to kill the guy. I get he would just get replaced, but be mad. Just slap him, Ji-hun. Can you at least slap him? A pimp slap wouldn't hurt. Do it for Jung-bae. They sat and talked, and the front man pretty much told Ji-hun everyone's gonna be against him this game, and he gave him a knife and said, do what you do. Just know, if you do it, it'll guarantee a win for you and the baby. Which we find out was what he did years ago when he played in the games. This, I liked. Some in-ho backstory? Love to see it. Wish we got more, but whatevs. Their little meeting leads us to the 5th episode, where we see Ji-hun almost uses the knife, but he decides not to, thanks to a special appearance from Saibyeok. Oh my goodness, it was so dope to see her again. Then I remember she's gone. He doesn't end up doing it, and then they begin the final game. This game, I'll be honest, was cool, but I didn't really care about anyone involved, so there was no tension. I knew Ji-hun was gonna make it to the final round, but there was some stuff in between the start and the final round I got some opinions on. First round, they got rid of Min-soo, and y'all know how I felt about him last season. So the question is, after all this development this season, do I feel the same? Yes. No, I'm kidding, I don't. But I still don't care about him. He let Saimi die, and I see he feels guilty about that, so I'll give him a pass. But his revenge on Namgyu was... you know what I mean? I think it was cool that he had a positive hallucination when he died. I don't think he should have been suffering. But I didn't really care about him. Wish they didn't just make him a junkie. Then the second round. Ooh, the second round. This round was probably the most annoying one to witness. So in this round, all the randoms and the old man and 333 agreed to take out Ji-hun, then the baby. But this backfires after 333 decides he wants to protect his baby. See, this I liked. I was cool with this. But there's more. So then, in an attempt to have as many people as possible make it out alive, the remaining randoms beat up this one dude and label him the lunchbox. And they're like, look, we'll pack him up the next round, then bada boom, bada beam, we all make it out with some money, including the baby. This I was not as cool with because it's a little messed up to pack up the one guy. But for the most part, sounds like a good idea, right? Tell me why this dude Ji-hun says, nah, that ain't fair, let's draw lots. Like, bro, Jihan, this dude is practically dead. You can't undo what they did. Just keep a step in it. Just please do it. But wait, there's even more. Because after a fight broke out over Jihan saying this, only people left were the baby, Jihan, 333, the old man, and the lunchbox. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this was the most reasonable the old man ever was. He told them, great job. Watching you guys work was amazing. Now all we gotta do is pack up the lunchbox and we all win together. All four of us, the baby included, which is a foolproof plan. But 333 decides to push him off the edge. Bro, I didn't know if I should be happy or be upset. Because on one hand, player 100 got packed up. But on the other hand, it was so unnecessary. And I hated the decision even more after they turn around and see the lunchbox not wanting to be a part of the games anymore. Oh my, bro, I don't understand how y'all sympathize with this dude. This guy is so selfish and petty. Games aside, after that beating he just took, he was probably gonna die anyways. But he decided, you know what? Instead of giving this innocent baby and the guys who defended me a chance to get out of here alive and well, nah, I'm gonna hold it against them and make them fight amongst themselves. Oh my goodness, I hate him. I hate him so much. With only the baby, Jihan, and 333 left, I knew my heart would be broken one more time this final round, because one of them had to go. Episode 6. This finale caught me off guard way more than I thought it would, in both good ways and bad. Good ways, we saw Jun-Ho save player 246. I'm glad you made it out, my boy. At least someone did. And finally, we see him make it onto the island. After 32 years and 7 months, he finally made it. But it's about to explode. And at the same time, we saw Korean Laura Croft succeed in her mission to destroy the files of all the players. And she took out the manager. Oh, she's just too cold. But then there's the bad stuff, which all stem from the final round and the final game. Because 333 decided it will be a great time to completely lose his mind. Bro, this made me sad, man. Out of all the new characters introduced last season, he was up there. And this whole season, I held out hope. Hope that he would turn it around and help Jun-Hee, or at least help their baby. And there were some moments where it looked like that was exactly what was about to happen. But nope, I was wrong. And I get it, Jun-Hee's death broke him, but dang, bro, you gonna threaten your baby? And the guy protecting your baby? I personally don't think he was actually gonna drop it, but that hurt me, bro. R.I.P. 333, man. How you had to be a L dad. And after 333's death came the most heartbreaking moment in the entire series. But before I talk about that, I think now is the best time to say it. I seen someone on TikTok try and say that 333 was more evil than Thanos. And I'm sorry. I get y'all like the character and the actor, shout out T.O.P. But y'all are tripping. This dude Thanos came in and killed a bunch of people the second he found out it was a death game. Mind you, without even knowing killing people increases how much money you make. And that was just red light, green light. We ain't gonna forget what he did in Mingle. Should I replay it one more time? And even if he is high, why are we acting like this dude is on freaking bath salts or something? He's on ecstasy. And he wasn't hallucinating thinking it was someone he hated like Minsu was. No, this dude was literally clicking his heels and jumping for joy every time he killed someone. He did it for the love of the game. If it was Thanos' baby at the end here, there would have been no hesitation. No crying while holding it over the ledge, nothing. Just But after 333 is eliminated and Jihan gets back on the platform, came the most heartbreaking moment in the entire series. Besides 222's death, Jihan realized they forgot to start the round, meaning one of them had to go. Jihan or 222's baby. I thought this mechanic was so dumb. When did they ever get to decide when they start playing the round? And I already knew what was gonna happen. We all knew. At this point, I was hoping Jun-Ho would like break in and kill all the VIPs, but it's Jun-Ho. It took him 55 years to get here. Jihan kisses the baby on the forehead, puts it down, and proceeds to say the most powerful line in the whole show. We are not horses. We are humans. Humans are. Hearing the words player 456 eliminated turned whatever fragments of my heart I had left to dust. I'm not gonna say I'm mad at it, but it hurt. With Jihan gone, that means the CGI baby won. So I guess 222 kind of did win. The rest of this episode was pretty much tying up loose ends. We saw Soldier 11 and 246 get their happy endings. She's so tough. The VIPs escaped unscathed, including the frontman who ignored his brother when he asked him why he did it. Come on, dog. It's not the time to aura farm, bro. It's the end of the series. But I guess he made up for it because he gave Jun-Ho the baby and the prize money. That's a double-edged sword. Single dad and you're rich now? But hey, I'm happy for them. And then the season ends with the front man giving Ji-Hun's daughter some money in his uniform. Bloody uniform too. I thought that was a little messed up. And we got a glimpse as to how Squid Game in the USA might look. Yo, Netflix, put me in that. I don't care if I die the first episode, just put me in it. My final thoughts on the season, I'll put it like this. Season 1, perfect score. Season 2, I'll give it like a mid to high 8. And this season, I'll give it like a low 8. I don't think it was bad. I think it was just depressing. And the VIP sucked, and the final game had nobody we cared about, and the boat side plot ended up being pointless. But I enjoyed it. Honestly, only thing I would change is my Shayla. Comment down below what you guys thought about the season. I was gonna do another Squid Games I could easily survive, but it did seem more fun. I'll still do it if y'all want me to. Let me know if you disagree or agree with any of my opinions on this season. I mean, I'm open to discussion as long as it's not about 222's death. That shouldn't have happened. And moral of the story,